Alright, hello everyone. What's going on? Welcome back to streaming. I know many of you are not used to this. I see that the stream is live. It's been live for about maybe a little bit under 10 minutes now. And people are trickling in slowly. I indeed am Darkside Phil, and we are returning to live streaming right now. As of today, we will have regular live streaming gameplay, at least for the foreseeable future. Definitely today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and over the weekend. So there will be live streaming coming up, for the next several days at least. I'm not sure how consistently we're going to do it as gameplay progresses in the games that I'm playing. But I will tell you this, for live premieres of games and stuff, I'm probably going to be live streaming every day again. Okay, so that's good news, right? It's been a couple weeks now. I haven't really been live streaming. There really hasn't been a lot going on in the realm of gaming in the past couple of weeks, to be quite honest. Anyway, it's been pretty slow. So now we're picking it up a little bit. All right, so thanks to everyone who is here on the stream right now. This is the pre-stream. It's going to go on for about 10 minutes or so, and then we're going to get started with, as you can see, the conclusion of Life is Strange. And first of all, I hope you're enjoying the nice calming music. This is the dashboard music for the game. I am playing this on the PlayStation 4, and yes, Episode 5 has finally released. And a lot of people are asking me how the heck did I get it, because they're on American or the United States PlayStation Network, and they can't find it. That's because it is not on the PlayStation 4 PlayStation Network store. If you want to play the game right now, you have to go to store.playstation.com. You have to log in under your account. Then you have to search for Life is Strange Episode 5. Buy it. If you already have the Season Pass, it's free. Buy it, add it to your cart, and then you can push it to your PlayStation download queue. And then when you log into your PlayStation 4, it will show up and download. So I want to say special thanks to about 5 different people who all notified me about a half an hour ago that this had gone live. If I didn't have that, I wouldn't have known it, and we wouldn't be playing this today. So thank you to those who did do that. You guys are awesome. Okay. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. This has been a game that took me by surprise. If you guys actually remember, this game started back in late January. Yeah, it's been that long of a ride, a 10-month ride, that we've been playing Life is Strange. And at the time, I remember I wasn't actually going to play the game. It released on a Friday, and I didn't play it on the Friday that it came out. I actually ended up playing it on a Saturday, and I loved it. I was so surprised at, how good it was of a narrative, the different characters, the interactions, the time manipulation mechanic. It made it a pretty unique game, and obviously it lent itself very well to my commentary because, let's face it, live commentary over gameplay works best with narrative-based games like this. And I had a lot of fun playing it that first time, and so much fun, in fact, that people were like, wow, this is a game that no one had really thought of or heard too much about. And when I played it, it kind of got some pretty good attention, at least from my viewing audience. And over the course of the year, there's been highs and lows. I think some of the episodes have been a lot better than the others. But for those of you who've been following along, man, Episode 4, Dark Room, boy, did it ever have a crazy twist ending, and I was right all along. So, spoiler alert, for those of you who haven't watched up to now, that'd be pretty foolish. You're going to watch Episode 5 and not the others. Spoiler alert, it was revealed at the end of Episode 4 that it was actually the teacher all along. The teacher who I had suspected at the beginning of the game as having some kind of evil intentions. I even had him not suspended, but kicked out of going to this contest. Whatever it was, I don't even remember at this point. It's been so long ago. But it was funny because when I did that earlier on, everyone was like, oh, he's a good teacher. You're a dick. You're punishing the guy who's the nicest guy in the game. And then it was revealed at the end of Episode 4 that he was the one behind everything. He was apparently murdering girls and doing all kinds of nasty shit. And everyone was like, what the fuck? Some people saw it coming. I actually saw it coming. As far-fetched as it was, I definitely saw it coming. I did. And I think I was one of the few. So, now, here we are, Episode 5. How's this all going to end? How is this going to tie up, Because we have no idea. We're right now, the main character is in trouble. She's been drugged by the teacher. We don't know if she used time manipulation or not. We don't know what's going to happen here. We're very, it's pretty exciting. And I'm very interested to see what's going to happen in this final episode. I want to thank all of you who have come out for the first live stream in 2 weeks. That's right. This is the first gameplay live stream I've done in about 2 weeks. A little under that. Because I think the final live stream that I did was Disgaea 5. And if I remember correctly, that was... I'm trying to think. Scratching my head here. I'm trying to remember when that was. I think that was like... It was about 2 weeks ago. I'm looking at the calendar. It actually was about 2 weeks ago. So, I'm excited for this. I hope you're excited as well. I'll be honest, I don't think we're going to get many viewers on the stream today. You know, typically when I'm doing a big a release or even a conclusion, I'd get a lot of attendance. I don't think we will, because I haven't streamed for 2 weeks, and I think a lot of people are not... They're not in the groove. They're not used to Phil live streaming. But that's going to change over the course of this week. So, allow me briefly now, okay, to explain how this week's going to work. Because now we have a more definitive view of what's going to happen. Right now, we're going to live stream the conclusion to Life is Strange. And I am going to upload those videos to DSPGaming when the stream concludes. I've heard it's between 2.5 and 3 hours long. That should be absolutely perfect for my first stream here today. There's not going to be a second stream today, because instead of trying to cram in the conclusion of Tales from the Borderlands, I've decided that tonight I'll do some offline gameplay, and I'm kind of deciding whether it should be Talos Principle or Disgaea 5. I'm actually thinking Disgaea 5, because I've been neglecting that game a lot, and I like it a lot, and it does have a viewership. I noticed, typically when I play JRPGs, there's around 1,000 people who really enjoy it and watch all the parts, and that seems to be the case for Disgaea. So I think I'm going to do more Disgaea 5 tonight as an offline gameplay session, okay? Which means that tomorrow, Wednesday, October 21st, I'll be doing Tales from the Borderlands, the conclusion, as my first stream, okay? Now, here's the deal. It's been announced by Capcom that the Street Fighter V beta, which originally was going to launch on Thursday, is supposedly going to launch early. It's supposed to launch Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific time. But I think we need to be a little apprehensive about it, because if you remember the last time they tried to launch a worldwide beta, it did not work at all. Most people couldn't join and it flopped. So what I'll say is that we'll play it by ear tomorrow night, Wednesday night, okay? We'll figure out what we're going to do. If the Street Fighter V beta is working, I'll probably do a live stream of it tomorrow night. If it's not working, then I'm probably going to do more offline gameplay, and more than honestly, it's probably going to be, say, Disgaea 5, okay? But Thursday, all day Thursday, I'm going to be doing the Street Fighter V beta, and we're just going to have new characters, Ken, Nikali, Armika, and I'm trying to remember who the last character is desperately right now. Oh, Vega. And that's going to be interesting because they've changed up these characters. Ken is a super rushdown character. Vega is now a motion character, not a charge character for the first time ever, which is bizarre to me. So checking these new characters out is going to be pretty fun, I think. And it's going to be fun, you know, if I do it tomorrow night, great. If not, all day Thursday, the Street Fighter V beta. And yes, that will be live streamed. So tomorrow, Tales from the Borderlands conclusion live streamed. If I play Street Fighter V beta live streamed, all day Thursday live stream, okay? Friday, it's the premiere of Assassin's Creed Syndicate. I'll be picking it up at GameStop in the morning, and we'll be playing that both sessions and both streams. Yes, 2 gameplay streams on Friday, both of which will be Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Pretty awesome, huh? A pretty awesome week. And then this weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, will be determined on fan feedback. So people say, wow, we were loving when Phil was playing the Street Fighter V beta. It was cool seeing him try out the characters. It seems like he's getting better. We want to see more of that. Then I'll play that on Saturday. When people say, well, you know, it was good, but, you know, we like to prefer you to see get further into the story and the narrative and the gameplay of Assassin's Creed, then I'll do that on Saturday. But the whole weekend's going to be alternating between Assassin's Creed and Street Fighter V, and I don't know if anyone heard this yet, but 2 other characters are going to be added to the Street Fighter V beta over the weekend. One's going to be Rashid, and one is going to be Karen. And they're going to be added as DLC characters over the weekend, so if I play, say, Sunday or Monday, there'll either be another new 1 or 2 characters to try out in that beta. So that's going to take us into next week, and of course next week, Halo 5, WWE. and the Halloween marathon. It's going to be absolutely wild. It's going to be busy as hell, new content all week. And I want to say thank you to those of you who've been patient over the course of this month, because it has been, I'll be honest, kind of a trying month for me. You know, like I said last week, I was very stressed out because of stuff going on inside, well, let's say partially because of my work, partially because of stuff going on outside of my work, just bad luck with stuff financially and other stuff going on, and I was being a little bit negative there for a few days, but I snapped out of it, and I've been making these changes and not live streaming as much, but I am going to be live streaming a lot in the next few weeks with all the new releases. I'm not promising every day 2 streams, but we will do, we'll do our best here to adjust for what works for everyone, So that's what I'm expecting for the next several days to week, okay? I really don't have that much else to say. I'd like to get started with gameplay. However, I will say this. Thank you to those who were patrons in the month of September. Those patrons are now voting on what games I'm going to be playing in the Halloween Games Marathon. And right now, I believe it's a triple tie between the new Fatal Frame game, Saw 2, and I think it's Manhunt on the PlayStation 2. 3 different games that are kind of in a triple tie right now for the Halloween voting. So if you were a patron in the month of September and you have not yet voted, I urge you, please go to thekingofhate.com, go to the patrons only section, and vote. Because your vote's going to directly affect what I play on Halloween, whether I just play one game or if I'm playing a bunch of games. It's all going to be determined by the voting. So hopefully you'll do that. Now, for those of you who are interested in something coming up, this month's goal for Patreon, which is, by the way, my Patreon account is patreon.com/darksidefil. The goal for this month is if I hit my usual funding level of $1,250, I'm going to do a rockathon where I play Rock Band 4 with both guitar and vocals. I'll start at a lower difficulty level, and I'll get higher or up the difficulty level during the course of the day. It's going to be a 1-day marathon that I do it, and 1 live stream, so that way if there is copyright issues, it's only on 1 video and there's no way that my channel could get taken down. That's why I'm doing it that way. I'm not going to be splitting it up into separate videos and uploading a playthrough like I typically do, but that's why I'm doing it as a Patreon goal, so that way I can actually, have a day of work rather than a day that I'm just completely taking off, you know what I mean? So I hope we hit the goal. Right now it's very close, and right now we're not qualifying for it, but we're close. The reason I say we're not qualifying for it is because I know there's some people that are going to lower their pledges from last month, and I think right now it's showing at $1,260. Once they lower their pledges, that's it. We're going to dip below the goal, and typically we get about 20 people that get declined every month too. So right now we're close, but we're not really at the goal yet. I'd like to hit the goal, obviously, and do this rockathon in, say, late November, early December. It would be a completely unique situation, something that we've never done before. So we'll see what happens, okay? Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that we do hit the goal and we get to do this awesome it's a one-of-a-kind event. I've never done a music game before, and I wonder how people are going to react to it, But, yeah, we still have about a week and a half left to pledge to my Patreon, and keep in mind when you pledge, not only are you contributing to this goal, but you're also getting personal perks like text or verbal shout-outs. You can get a t-shirt, you can get your questions answered on Ask the King, or even have your own private Q&A video shot. You can even have participation in upcoming events. There's going to be a multiplayer event coming up Thanksgiving week, and there's going to be a Christmas special at the end of the year. So, lots of opportunities for you to get cool personal perks as well if you do pledge to my Patreon. Patreon.com/darksidefil. Please check it out, okay? And that's about it. I don't really have much else to say on the pre-stream. Short and sweet. Hopefully you enjoy the live streaming content returning. Hopefully people get used to me live streaming more, because I stopped doing it for a long time, and they'll get back into the groove of me live streaming, and they'll get used to it, and it won't be a big deal that I've been away for 2 weeks. With all the new releases especially, I'm sure people are going to want to see them. Thank you for being here for Life is Strange. This all came together last minute, and I hope you enjoy it, and I think that's it, right? There's not much else to say, so thanks everyone, and let's begin.